Kool Hit Sports Network proudly presents Kentucky High School Volleyball on Kool TV. Now let's go courtside for the pregame show on Kool TV. And a pleasant good evening from Lewis County Middle School here at the big gymnasium as we get you ready for East Carter and Lewis County. Welcome into the Joker Lawn Care broadcast table. James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along with us here this evening as East Carter and Lewis County squared things off to start the season. That was East Carter falling in that one straight sets 3-0. Since then, Lewis County has found the winner's column only once. These two teams have played in a weekend tournament. East Carter ran through that one 2-0. Raiders trying to bounce back after a tough loss to Ashland earlier this week in straight sets. Can they find the momentum here to get across and beat Lewis County? That's what we will find out here in just a little bit. We'll step aside for a break. We come back, we'll set the scene and get you ready for first serve. East Carter and Lewis County after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
At Preston Family Funeral Home, we understand how making decisions during the loss of a loved one can be most difficult. You can help relieve this burden on your family with pre-planning at Preston Family Funeral Home. It's safe, secure, and simple. You can transfer your existing plan from any other funeral home to Preston Family Funeral Home by simply calling 606-325-4946. Preston Family Funeral Home. Our family serving yours because we care.
Back here in Vanceburg as we get you set for East Carter and Lewis County here on this Thursday evening. James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along with us here on the Joker Lawn Care broadcast table. Ben, two teams that have kind of up and down a little bit for East Carter after a slow start, really gotten things going, ran into a very tough Ashland team earlier in the week. For Lewis County, a super young team, a rebuilding year. Ryan Bentley trying to get his club moving in the right direction.
Well, it all starts right here. I mean, it's late in the year, but, you know, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So East Carter looking to bounce back after that, you know, straight set 3-0 loss, and Lewis County just trying to pick up their third win of the year and second against East Carter this year. Yeah, that was the interesting thing is the way the Lions started off and ran through East Carter in the first game of the season, but then lots of losses. I've seen this team play several times, and it's one of those things that they've had glimpses of brilliance, and then the youthness kicks in, and it's like next thing you know, it's a 5, 6, 7 point run for the other team, and it's just too much to overcome. They, again, not a lot of seniors on this team, upperclassmen, but at some point in time today, you're going to see a 7th grader and 2 8th graders on the floor for Ryan Bentley's team, and it shows what the future brings. Yeah, it's all about, you know, building for that future, and, you know, you're going to have a youthful roster, and, you know, just build off of that, take this momentum and take little steps at one at a time. You know, the season maybe lost to some fans, but it's a growing year, and it's actually a win for a program, you know, with a young roster to have something to look ahead to the future.
Jennifer Clark's got a really good roster with her program here at East Carter, 5 seniors on in. It starts with the middle hitter there of Brianna Burchett. Hannah Keys will work from the outside. Hallie Bush, she's the kind of the straw that stirs the drink. And then Kaylee Rogers up front as the setter. She drives the offense, moving it around. a lot of good pieces. Avery Giles gets in the mixture at times, and when you get another player, especially with Giles, who can hit from behind that attack line and drop in points, that adds another element that the defense has to combat.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and also you mentioned it, Rogers, that key set piece, that's one of the things that drives the team in volleyball is that set piece, be able to help your attack, and not only that, but just level out your defense, bring the setter up and make the play.
So Lewis County will be on the left side of your screen in the white jerseys with the blue bottoms. East Carter in the red, white, and blue. No libero for Lewis. East Carter will have a libero of Williams. And let's see who is going to start the service. I have not seen anybody walk toward the service line as of yet. Grayson Lunger is squaring up for the service line, so she will go back and we'll do the honors to start this ball game off. First time with us here on Kool TV. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you see something like. Hit that bell. We'll give you an alert each time that we put out new material. Our camera operator this evening is Felicia Collier. I have been to here and back this evening. A dummy move by me. I packed the equipment today and have been running out of the same equipment bag for the last 2 weeks. Had to send that equipment bag to another crew. Packed my new equipment bag this evening and forgot one of the most critical pieces of the puzzle. So I've been to Vanceburg, back to Raceland, back to Vanceburg. But the most important thing is we made it on time. Thank God for a 3-set JV match this evening. And we are happy to have everyone along with us here this evening.
As you tell me, always come early.
Come early. That's one of the reasons you plan. My wife, she would get so frustrated with me. We show up at a place 2 hours, 3 hours early, and she's like, this is absurd. And then when she started working with us on the TV side and she was in one of those situations, she's like, okay, now I see why we come so early. She was always a photographer. She could walk in 5 seconds and be ready to play. So, all right, Grayson Lunger will start things off. Off we go. Set one's underway. A deep service. Giles on the back row. And that one pinballs off of the speakers up top, and Lewis County grabs an early 1-0 lead.
It's kind of an unfortunate circumstance for East Carter. I mean, just off the speaker and, not able to play off the rebound. And, that's on the back line. That's number 23, Hannah Keys, the sophomore, just unable to play it off of that rebound on the speaker.
And back-to-back aces for Lunger. So a great start for her. And Lewis County leads this one 2-0.
Lunger doing a good job of just getting the line started early, getting these served into the right spot.
Here's Bush on the near side, pops it across, goes back row. That one's out of bounds. So the attack error there by Bush. And Lewis County up 3-0.
Yeah, East Carter's going to succeed. They're going to need Bush to get those in the right spot. 76 kills on the season.
Lunger with a good service off and running. Comes near sideline on the back row. Keys will bump it up front. Free ball lifted over by Barry. We'll go back off to the far side. That's Amanda Gilbert. Another free ball by the Raiders. Good job by Lewis County not allowing East Carter to get in system. Here's Gilbert on a free ball, rolls it across the tape. Burchett has to step in and help out. Back to Gilbert on the far side pin with the attack, back row Giles. Another free ball by the Raiders. Have not yet been able to get Bush or Burchett up front. Big swing to the back corner. There's Giles with a dig on the back row. Gilbert with a big swing. Giles again. She's digging everything. Here's a joust at the net in the near side, and Stamper puts it home on a Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay as Lewis County grabs a 4-0 lead.
Just a big play right there by Stamper, noticing that East Carter is out of sorts on that front line. When you get out of sorts, you notice that easily, and noses on that near side. Just an open spot, pins it perfectly.
And a deep service goes over the hands of Keys out of the back of the end zone there. Lunger with another ace. It's 5-0 Lewis. And we'll get a substitute in.
Hannah Keys has really been struggling on that back line, trying to settle, and so they're going to bring in Brianna Perky, try to get things going for East Carter.
Free ball once again. Back off to Gilbert. Down the line on the back row and puts it home for the point.
Beautiful play by the outside hitter there, Gilbert. I mean, she plays that perfectly, notices once again that back line out of sorts, and sees that Avery Giles on that back line on the far side corner just out of spot, out of position. She's going to attack that spot every time.
Lewis County rolling here, starting off 6-0. Bush out to Burchett, down the pin to the middle. Gilbert will bump it across. Now Rogers brings it off near side to Bush and into the net. And the attack error on her, and 7-0. Lewis County out rolling early in here in set number 1. Great start for the Lions.
Once again, we talked about it, Haley Bush, you're going to have to get her started early, and she's struggling so far, just, pin right into the net.
Grayson Lunger is serving like a machine right now, as she has served 8 straight, and Jennifer Clark has seen enough. She needs a timeout.
Regroup your girls. Don't want to end up like that first match, the very first game of the season for both squads. And East Carter really struggling right now. Just going to have to find that momentum and find that rhythm.
Lunger with 4 aces here. She's been serving since the word go. Only 2 kills for Lewis County. But the other side, 2 errors on the Raiders. Both of those attack errors from Bush. So a great start for Lewis County here in set number 1. As the Raiders come out of the timeout and try to regather the composure and start pushing forward.
Talk about with volleyball, you always look for the attack on the front line, but that back line is a crucial part of, settling things down for East Carter. Can they do it? And so far on that serve right there, just unable to find the answer.
Lunger with her 5th ace. Diving attempt there by Giles on the far sideline, but she couldn't play it forward. So 8-0, make it 9-0 now. Another free ball by the Raiders. Stamper up front. Popped across by Kelly. Here's Burchett with a big swing. Back row puts it home.
And finally, East Carter finding their first point thanks to Burchett on that front middle. Was able to put a right swing on it, and Lewis County thought it was going out of play. And now we're going to finally see a different server for once.
So it'll be Hallie Bush back to serve for the Raiders, trailing 9-1 here in set 1. Floating service to the back row. Near side, Kelly goes cross court. Giles on the back row up to Keys. Bush will pop it over just off the tape. Diving save on the back row, as that was on the back row, Maya Clark. Here's Keys. Just wide of the line. Side out, Lewis County. They lead it 10-1.
That's what you don't need. If you're East Carter right there, you got to take advantage of the free balls. And Lewis County sent one over early, and the Raiders just unable to take advantage of that and unable to just find the perfect spot in that back line.
Free ball sent over. Back row, there's Clark. Lunger brings it up front. Gilbert down the line. Dug out by Keys on the far side. And then a big block at the net, but it doesn't go through. And East Carter comes away with a point. Look at it here on your Grayson Sporting Goods Instant Replay. As nice. Barry goes through the double block attempt.
Nice block attempt by Lewis County, just unable to get it over the net. It's one of those unfortunate plays in volleyball where you get a nice block on the double team block, but just unable to let it fall on your spot.
Here's Barry. Back row. Stamper brings it over to the near side, and popping it across is Ireland Kelly, the sophomore. Here's Burchett up front. Tips it across. Did they get a deflection? And I believe she's going to go. No, I thought she was going to go. I thought they maybe had a deflection on it, but the attack error there, side out and point to Lewis County.
Just put a little too much loft on that one, and it was close to being deflected, but a little too much error on that one puts it out of play.
Here's Kaylee Stamper. Stamper, a heck of a basketball player for Jay Fight and the Lions. 6-foot sophomore. She'll be stuck on that back row, though. Now they've got Morgan Osborne on that far side pin. Here's Burchett. Blocked at the net.
Good play by Gilbert. That middle block now playing position for Lewis County, but even if Gilbert wasn't there, I don't think that was going over the net to begin with. East Carter just got to find a way.
12-2, Lions rolling here. Barry brings it back inside. Keys will lift it across. Lunger, near side. And a dart down the line. Dug out on the back row by Giles. What a pickup. There's Osborne. Fires it across Bush with a diving save. Barry tries to bring it across and can't do so.
Got to tell you, even though East Carter lost that point, what an effort by Avery Giles, James. I mean, that was just unbelievable. I thought that ball was going straight down right in front of her hands. Giles digs that out, but just not enough to get the point.
Giles has been huge on the back row for the Raiders. They've just not been able to get anything to come up once they get up to the net. Here's Lunger up front, brings it over on 2, blocked by Burchett. We play on. Gilbert pops it across. Here's Barry on the attack and puts it home for the point.
Perfect spot for Barry right there. Just gets that right in front of the hands of Stamper, and that's what Lewis County was looking at for the previous play. But, obviously the great dig by Avery Giles getting just underneath it. Now East Carter, they're going to have to take advantage, get a couple free balls from the Lions, and really take advantage on that front line. Try to rotate to where you can get Holly Bush on the attack.
So Alexis Bond checking into the game as Giles will step off. Burchett from the service line. Off to Morgan Osborne, a big swing, and get a player into the net for the Raiders. That's Keys. So the point goes to Lewis County. They'll side out. They lead at 14-3 here in set 1.
There's one thing the Raiders needed. It was not that. Net violation. Cannot have that. Trying to dig yourself out of a hole, and you're just digging yourself more.
And then into the net on the attack there by Bush. Raiders just stuck in first gear right now. Everything coming up for the Lions here at home. 15-3, they lead it in set number 1. Ball up front. Osborne tries to fire it down. Raiders pick it out of the net. Now the ball up near side. Osborne lofts it across. Back to Keys on the far side. Pin with a touch and a beautiful placement there by Keys to drop it in for the point.
Sometimes it's that soft touch. The defense for the Lions, you're just expecting a little bit of a hard contact, and Hannah Keys says, we're not going to play that style. We're going to play a little soft touch, and just puts it right into the zone.
And it's sometimes in the game of volleyball, it's not about how hard you hit it. It's how well you place it. And when the good players really get their game moving forward, it's when they learn that understanding of that skill is it's just put it where it needs to go.
Absolutely.
There's Bush with a big swing and out of the back of the inline. Another error on the Raiders. 16-4, Lewis County rolling here in set 1. Piper Likens checking out. Back on is Isabel Kelly. She'll work across the front row with Lunger and Morgan Osborne. Deep service, that one's out of bounds.
Down 16-5. If East Carter's going to try to mount a comeback in this first set, it has to start now. Take advantage of the server error by Ireland Kelly. See if they can get things rolling.
Here's Keys. Lunger up front, takes it off to Osborne with a big attack all the way back up near front, and Bond tried to push it across and couldn't do so.
Just got stuck, misplaced the ball right there. Ball was in a weird spot right in front of that net, and Bond just a little misplacement. It's unable to play properly.
Here's the 7th grader, Maya Clark. She'll come in, Stamper back on as Osborne steps off, as does Lexi Ekas. 17-5, Lewis County in front with the service on the side out. And an ace goes home for Maya Clark.
Good job of the 7th grader stepping up and making the play on the ace.
17-5 as it continues to roll here for the Lions. Rogers near side to Bush on a free ball. Clark steps 2 on the back row. Lunger with a bump off to Stamper. Big swing to the back row and puts it home.
What a swing by Stamper. As we mentioned before the broadcast, the big hitter, Stamper, shows you why right there. Just enough power to get that to roll off the arms of the Raiders and just well out of play.
18-5, Lewis continues to mount the dominance here in set number 1. Rogers near side, coming to Bush on the pin. Blocked there at the net. Dug out by Bond. Bush tries to go right back at it. It's blocked again at the net by Kelly. We'll come back to Bush. Bush goes back corner and puts it home.
Great job by Bush, but I mean, Isabel Kelly, talk about her up at the net. I mean, making 2 crucial blocks and kept the lines in that play right there, but it's a great job by Hallie Bush, putting it right back there in that far side corner.
Giles will check back in, replacing Bond. She'll go to the service line. Southpaw. She gets a lot of that funky spin on it. Gilbert, Lunger takes it off to Stamper. Stamper goes down the far sideline and puts it home. Nope, they said it was out, and I believe that's the correct call.
Definitely looked out. Good contact, but I mean, it's good play by the Lions. Noticing just that little gap for East Carter. It's got to play better on those outside.
Nice dig there at the net. Here's Bush down the middle. Clark right out of the back row, sends it all the way back across. Rogers brings it back out to Burchett. Burchett on the attack on the double block, and she gets it through for the point. That's what Burchett can do with the power at the net, is fire through that double block and pick up a kill like that.
Absolutely. I mean, you need the big plays right there, and just a great job firing enough power. Gets them the point.
Here's Stamper. Goes deep back row, and that one's out of bounds.
Starting to see a little momentum fall to the Raiders right now. Starts with that Burchett play, and then a little error out of bounds. And if there's any chance for East Carter to try to claw back in this first set, it starts now.
Lunger leaves it off near side on a little touch. Keys with a diving save, popped right back across. Burchett pulls it out. Bush blocked at the net, dug out on the back row by Barry. Here's Stamper down the far sideline. Giles with a diving dig again. Now Burchett, and she puts that one home for the point. What a great point there for the Raiders.
2 of the 3 last plays for East Carter off the hand of Brianna Burchett. Doing a great job just finding the soft spot, and East Carter doing a great job finding some momentum and finding a run.
5-0 run for the Raiders. Clark over to Lunger. Stamper will push it across. Rogers brings it back near side to Bush. Goes cross court and fires that one home for the kill. And that's all of a sudden. Here come the Raiders. And timeout, Ryan Bentley and Lewis County. As we look at it here on the Grayson Sporting Goods Instant Replay. Bush has kind of been slow going early on, but these last couple of points here, all of a sudden the Raiders have found a little momentum getting into system, and that's where the offense has started to execute.
Absolutely. You need, to be your best, you need your best to start, waking up a little bit, and that's what Hallie Bush, slow little start, trying to get her going, and now she's finally waking up, and you see she's getting those placements perfectly back in that far side corner of Lewis County, and she's doing a great job just finding the weak point in the defense and taking advantage.
Lions surged out in this match, and it was Grayson Lunger off the service line, putting home 6 aces, 5 total for her team, 6 total for the Lions in the match. Kaylee Stamper leads the way with 2 kills. Burchett with 3 kills for East Carter. Barry and Bush each with 2 for the Raiders. We go back to work, and Giles. 6-0 run for East Carter. Here's Stamper, blocked at the net. Free ball by Stamper. Giles will bump it up to Rogers. Burchett into the net. And you can kind of tell on the bump there, it just didn't get her in the position that she wanted to go with the attack.
Now you can see she was off her line just a little bit and, out of position. And it didn't look like she felt comfortable in that swing at all and just wasn't in the right position.
And they got Grayson Lunger back to the service line, and she just puts that one off the side of the hand into the net. So service error, side out East Carter, and Hallie Bush back to the service line. Good service. Rogers punches it across. Lunger forces Bush backward. Here's Barry into the net. Raiders from the near side pin have just not been able to find that attack angle that they need to go to. And a lot of that has been the reason of why Lewis County's opened up this sizable lead.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a struggle, and it's not only that, it's the communication part for East Carter. You know, you got to talk things through, especially on that front line. They're just not communicating in the right spots.
So Isabel Kelly doing the service work now for the Lions. Clark on the back row. Lunger bumps it off to the far side. Gilbert on a bump across. Rogers brings it near side to Barry. Clark in the back row. A little touch on two. Diving save there by the Raiders if Barry comes off the back line. Block at the net as Kelly gave it a big swing. Good volley going here between the Raiders and the Lions. Free ball sent over by the Lions. Gilbert. Rogers brings it back to Burchett. And Burchett hammers it into the net.
We saw earlier Burchett. She was able to pin those plays in the far side corner, and now she's just struggling to get the right amount of contact with her hand. And you've noticed it with the past couple plays, just right into the net.
It was an ugly service off of the hand, but it played into perfection as Isabel Kelly gets the roll just over the tape and drops it in for the ace, and it's back to a 10-point lead.
As you mentioned, James, just one of the things East Carter's struggling with is that communication, not spotting out where that ball's landing in time.
Barry on the attack, goes cross court and puts it home for the kill. Emma Barry picks up the point. As you see it here on your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay.
Just catching Isabel Kelly off guard a little bit. And, you know, Kelly tried to get that arm and just maybe get some height on the ball, just unable to lift it up.
Here's Stamper down the pipe. And for the point, they get the Raiders into the net, so the point for Lewis County either way. So it doesn't get credit for the kill, but Lewis County pushes the lead back to 10.
Still great effort by Stamper, just putting enough power. I mean, net or not. Would have been a great kill either way.
Kaylee Stamper trying to serve out set number one. Here's Burchett through the double block attempt and puts it across for the point.
Even with the miss hit on that from Burchett, she still was able to find that over the net, and that's what East Carter needs is just a little bit of contact, just enough to get it in that soft spot for Lewis County.
So Burchett will go back to the service line. Giles out, Bond back in for the Raiders. 23-14 set one. Deep service. And a big swing at the net by Ireland Kelly. And it's set point for the Lions.
Got it through the double block, and Ireland Kelly just a good job realizing the location of the double block, noticing they're a little bit too far back of the net. Not giving East Carter any chance of getting a block down on the Lewis County side.
Here's Bond. Fires that one home for the point. So Alexis Bond gets it home. 24-15, Raiders side out. Still set point as Barry goes back to the service line. Good service near side. Lunger takes it off to Osborne. Osborne touched at the net, and it's a joust that's won by Barry. And the point goes to the Raiders.
Just an excellent play there on winning the joust, as you said. And that right there is not what you need for East Carter to try to mount a comeback, just server error.
Service error takes it to the Raiders out of set one. Lewis County wins set one 25-16. Set two when we return after this on Kool TV.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Reyes Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Reyes Hermanos Nunez, the best around. The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Back here in Vanceburg, as we welcome you back to the Joker Lawn Care broadcast table, James Collier, Ben Westfall. Lewis County takes set number 1, 25-16. For the call of set number 2, here's Ben.
Absolutely. Haley Bush getting things started here for the Raiders. She's going to send it over. Sent over by Lewis County, and that is Isabella Kelly with the power. Hits it over in the near side corner for the first point for the Lions.
Really good job coming this near side, seeing the opening there and driving it down the near side line. Very smart kind of court vision that you find there on that drive down the line.
Grayson Lunger with the serve, and of course we remember Lunger from the first set. She was able to get 5 aces to allow Lewis County to take a ginormous lead to start out that first set, and has a server error immediately.
Deep service. That one floats into the back corner, and that one goes home.
Just an excellent job by Rogers. Great serve there, and pins it perfectly in the corner. East Carter, we mentioned it at the break. Just a little lack of communication. If they're going to start getting things going, they have to start communicating, especially on that back line. That's how Lewis County has been able to get all those points in a server error once again, this time by East Carter's Kaylee Rogers. Ties his second set up at 2. And we'll see Isabel Kelly stand back to serve for the Lions. Big gap in the front line for East Carter. Played up. Barry sends it over. Nice dig there by Kelly on the back line. Settled, and free ball sent over by Maya Clark, the middle block. Now sent back over by Hannah Keys. Lewis County tries to play. Nice little tip at the net by Keys. So we're good dig by Kelly. Now sent back. Good defense there by East Carter trying to settle it. Good block at the net. And point goes to Lewis County. Good job at the net by Eileen Kelly to make the play.
Really good volley there. Both teams, Bush thought that she had the opening there and tried to fire it in. And from that behind that attack line, and got it into the net.
Kelly once again on the serve. Settled in by Giles on the back line, and now sent over by Bush. East Carter's really going to need Hallie Bush to make a play, and making a play for Lewis County on the far side is Amanda Gilbert. Getting through the double block and sent straight down. Point goes to the Lions.
And a smart play by here, as we see it on the Grayson Sport Against Instant Replay, using that right hand as she's falling away so she stays out of the net. Can't make contact with the net on that attack, or a point goes to the other side.
Settled in, sent over by Barry. Denied, though. Now sent free ball over by Burchett. It's going to be settled by the Lions, and now Gilbert sends it over. Good job by the Raiders to settle. Now sent back over on the free ball. So back and forth volley here between the Raiders and the Lions. And a perfect spot for Hannah Keys' soft touch. And we saw in the first set, the nice little soft touch by Keys. She's got that going for her, James.
And that was something that when you see everything going around, the big swings, the big swings, the big swings, and then all of a sudden it pulls the block across. She's on the pin and just looks down that line, and just a soft little touch, finding that open hole there in the defense.
Sent over on the serve by Burchett. And now sent over by Stamper, and a good job by Burchett to settle. Bush right into the net.
And she just looked at her hand and was shaking her head. It was like she can't really figure out what's going on right now. And she struggled on those attacks from the attack line, not being able to get those across the net completely.
As we mentioned for the Raiders, if they're going to need an amount of run, they're going to need Bush to play their best. And as we mentioned, the lack of communication in the back line, it hurts them as Emma Berry and Hallie Bush just look straight at that serve from Kaylee Stamper, goes right in that back line and finds a soft spot.
Stamper split the difference on the defense there, and again finding that open hole.
Sent over by the Raiders. That was Alexis Bond. Now sent back, and a good block at the net. That's Hannah Keys playing the main part of the block along with Alexis Bond, the double block. And a point goes to the Raiders.
Had a great opportunity there to go down the line from the pin for Osborne, but just never got it above the tape.
Right place, right time for the Raiders. Now sent over. And good hit, but not good enough. Just a little too much power by Morgan Osborne, the outside hitter, and wasn't able to find that near side corner of the Raiders' position, and that will give East Carter yet another point. Make this a 6-5 score in favor of Lewis County here in the second set.
Raiders trying to tie it up for the first time in the match.
Sent over on the serve, and now play back, and just a little bit of a misfire there by Ireland Kelly. Swing and a miss. A little whiff.
That's the youthfulness showing in this set here after kind of dominating set number one and then taking a couple of miss hits here as Lewis County just kind of all kinds of out of sort.
We saw in the first set, East Carter out of sort. Now it's Lewis County trying to find their rhythm and struggling to do so far. And also good serving so far by Emma Berry. She stands back.
4-0 run by the Raiders.
Now serves over. Good settle by Likens. Free ball sent over by Kelly. Now settle. Keys sends it over, and now will go out of play. Point goes to the Lions.
Keys trying to use that line on the far side, just could not bend it backward the way she wanted. She was kind of falling backward, too, it looked like, as she was going up for the attack.
Got to play better position than that, and Amanda Gilbert back serving for Lewis County, tied at 7 in this set 2. Sent up by the libero, Madison Williams, and now sent over by Bush. Good job to settle, and that looked just along the line, and they're going to say it's in, and point goes to the Lions.
We've got two people pointing in one direction, and the official says, nope, not going to happen. So the attack there by Osborne is going to be called out, and the point to the Raiders.
Originally looked like it was called in, but then after discussion, say it was out. Bush with a nice dig to settle that, and they're going to look for Bush to get the kill right here. She's unable to do so, as good play by Gilbert on the back line. Free ball sent over by Lunger. Now the set. Sent over, good dig on the Alexis Bond swing, and right into the net goes Lewis County, and the point goes to the Raiders.
And Ryan Bentley burning a timeout here, understanding the situation of where it is East Carter's all of a sudden rolling and has a little bit of momentum here in set number 2.
That's exactly what East Carter needed. You know, you saw the lack of communication in the first set and just unable to find the groove and find a rhythm. Not only that, just struggling to get good touches on the ball, and now they're doing so here in the second set.
East Carter swinging at a negative 4%. Or their hitting percentage, excuse me, their kills percentage at 48%, 13 of 25 on attacks. Burchett leads the way with 4. Berry has 3. Keys and Bush each with 2. And Bush only having 2 kills this far into set number 2. That really kind of tells you how East Carter's out of sorts. She's really not been able to get her footing. If she gets things going, that's when East Carter can really pick things up very quickly and start running away.
But Burchett has been able to take advantage of that and been able to find 4 kills of her own. So, you know, if you're going to be able to succeed, you can't lean on one player. And so far, East Carter just trying to divide that on that front line. Sent over by Kelly, Ireland Kelly, but that goes well too far out of play on the far side, and that'll be another point for the Raiders. Makes this 10-7 in set number 2.
It was 6-2 at one point, favoring Lewis County.
Now Keys sends it over on the serve, and a free ball sent back by Lunger. Now Hallie Bush, a little too much power on that one. You see the smoke coming out of that volleyball, but Hallie Bush just a little too much swing on that one and sends it out of play on the back line, and point goes to the Lions.
That's one of the things, too, in the game when you're trying to get your attack to go down, and she's had so many into the net, and then we've seen her when she's got up. She's been deep on most of those back row lines. It's just she can't find that happy medium.
Ireland Kelly will be serving over for the Lions. Settled in by Barry, now sent up, and will be a soft little toucher there by Alexis Bond, but settled nicely by Osborne. Now sent over in the Raiders territory. Looking for Bush, trying to get the kill, and nice contact, and unable to settle it was Lily Bentley, the 8th grader. And Bush takes advantage and gets the point for East Carter.
And this was Hallie Bush here, straight up and pounds it through. That's the Bush that you're used to seeing if you're a Raiders fan. Really got a good set there from Rogers to get her up to where she wasn't having to fall away or fall backward, able to go vertical and hit down on the ball, and that's a big thing right there why that one went home.
Avery Giles, the senior, serving for the Raiders. She'll send it over. Nice serve. Has to make Bentley dive for it, and that's going to be a 4-touch for Lewis County. 4-touch violation. Point goes to the Raiders. So now tide has turned in the second set. First set, it was on Lewis County. Now East Carter really taking command.
And Giles had a big service back in set 1 when she tried to pull the Lions back, or the Raiders back into the set. And here all of a sudden, she's got things rolling again.
Kaylee Rogers does a nice little job of deflecting the ball down in the perfect window of the Lewis County front line, and that will earn a point for the Raiders. Makes this 13-8. Giles sends it over. This time in the perfect spot is Lily Bentley. Now free ball sent over. Lungard. And now Burchett. Perfect swing, perfect line drive hit right into the hands of Lexi Eaches, but just unable to settle.
And the issue that happened with that on the attack last time for the Raiders, or the Lions, excuse me, the pass went to the wrong player. Instead of going to the setter, the pass went to the outside, and the setter had to flip it across on a free ball.
Soft toucher there by Isabel Kelly finds the perfect spot in the Raiders' defensive back line and finds Lewis County a point.
Much needed point there for the Lions.
And now the 7th grader Maya Clark will step back to serve. I see the reliability of the 7th and 8th graders. You know, we talk about the youth of Lewis County. Can they step up and perform? Lewis County with it, trying to find the point, and good dig there by Bush. Now sent back over and on to the Raider side. Burchett sends it over. Nice dig there by Bentley. Burchett still trying to find her mark. Lewis County settling nicely, though. Good volley going here. And soft toucher by Bush. Not about the power, but where you find the spot. And Bush finds it in the soft spot on the front line. Point goes to the Raiders.
And watch on this connection here. She jumped too early and just got it off the side of her hand, and she kind of laughed as she made contact because she knew that she missed it, but she got just enough of it to get it across.
A fortunate, unfortunate hit for Hallie Bush. Settle. Burchett will send it over and sit well up. Good dig there by Bentley. Now sent over by Kelly. Settle. And look for Barry to send it over. Now sit perfectly into the corner, and it's a point for the Lions. And that is Grayson Lunger finding the perfect spot in the far side corner.
Little ninja kill attack, if you will, as she sees that big hole there in that back corner and goes on 2. And that's where your setter feels the court. Knows where everybody is, sees that opening, and just fires it back in there.
Seen a lot of plays for Lewis County just finding that backline corner, and an ace point there for Lewis County. And a familiar face getting all the aces, and that's Lunger.
Yeah, Lunger picks up her 6th of the game, 9 for Lewis County. This is the player you need on the service line if you're Lewis County to try to serve yourself back into this one. More importantly, a big 2-game-to-none lead was what Lewis County would love to have here in this best of 5.
Grayson Lunger, the senior setter, another great serve, but this time East Carter able to handle it. Now Lewis County almost had a double touch there, but luckily saved it well enough. Now sent over by Keys. Dug there by Samantha Riley. Now sent over by Lunger. Settle, sent over, and perfect soft touch by Emma Berry, and going down and player hurt for Lewis County.
Injury timeout. We'll step out for a break. We're back after this.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Border Sporting Goods has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders also has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
The Electric Plant Board of the City of Vanceburg has been serving the needs of the community since 1939 and is dedicated to maintaining reliable utility service for its customers. Their employees are active members of the community and take pride in serving their neighbors and friends. The Utility Board encourages their customers to use their convenient online bill pay or phone payment service located on the back of their bill. They remind everyone to call 811 before you dig, even for small jobs, to prevent hitting buried utility line. And they wish all the teams the best of luck this season.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. Check out Dyer's Big Sandy in Grayson for great prices on home appliances like washers and dryers, ranges and dishwashers. See our giant selection of living room suites, bedroom suites, recliners, mattresses, and electronics, including TVs and speakers. Visit our showroom at 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. You'll find the best prices and the best selection for every room of your home. And Dyer's has all the top brands in bedding: Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Beautyrest. Dyer's Big Sandy, 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return.
Refresh.
Refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
At Preston Family Funeral Home, we understand how making decisions during the loss of a loved one can be most difficult. You can help relieve this burden on your family with pre-planning at Preston Family Funeral Home. It's safe, secure, and simple. You can transfer your existing plan from any other funeral home to Preston Family Funeral Home by simply calling 606-325-4946. Preston Family Funeral Home. Our family serving yours because we care.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Oliveville, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. The Greenup County Public Library system is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more, offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Well, back here in Vanceburg, as an injury timeout there for Isabel Kelly, a lower limb injury that looked pretty serious, and we're not going to speculate on anything from there, but a tough situation for Lewis County with a player that was having a good night, and again, it's one of those deals, Ben, when you see a player go down like that. Coach Bentley did a great job, got his team off the floor while everything was going on. Once they got Kelly situated and movable again, brought the team back out, and with a young team like that, that's definitely the right thing to go with.
Yeah, you don't want a youthful team to watch that, and obviously Isabel Kelly was in pain. The gym was
eerie
quiet. So right move to take him out, just let him stay in the locker room or stay outside the gymnasium for a little bit, and thoughts to Isabel Kelly, hopefully for a quick recovery. Once again, we don't speculate, but, just hopefully for a quick recovery and a good job by the training staffs and, to get there and handle the situation very quickly.
And this is a situation, too, now where, as a player, you had that quick stoppage, and now you've got to ramp everything right back up again. And sometimes that's a very tough thing to do. Mentally, you've got to get back in game shape and be ready to focus and go out there. So, Lewis had started a little bit of a surge until that point, didn't fall home. And now you have to think, okay, where does it go from here? You're going to get Abby Kilman that's going to come on, a freshman that's going to take the place of Kelly. They're on that inside, on the right side pin. So, a lot on her shoulders now of she doesn't play a lot. She's played, at rotations this time. We haven't seen her this evening. So it'll be interesting to see how quick that she can contribute because Kelly was big up on the block. We've seen her really kind of move away with Bush and with Burchett of being able to get the double block there and not allow them to get the big swings.
Yeah, as you mentioned, she was having a good night tonight against East Carter and, playing good on that front line, getting the block and just being able to help settle things for Lewis County and being vocal. But, it's tough to be that player to sub in on, especially on an injury like that, to be able to take that spot. And so how will Kilman respond to that? And how will Lewis County just, get that mental block out of your head and be able to play calm, cool, and collected and try to get out of this second set?
You see Hallie Bush there kind of jumping around a little bit, just trying to get the legs re-warmed up as East Carter will have the service, so she'll be back on the service line. The officials, they've got to go back through, check all the rotations, make sure everybody is in the correct spot, make sure the subs are where they're supposed to be. There's a lot of stuff when a game comes to a screeching halt like that, especially in a game where the rotations matter. There's a lot of T's to cross and I's to dot.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at with East Carter, we point out all the time, Hallie Bush, the role she plays, make sure that they're in the right rotation. Same with Lewis County, and, how does, Abby Kilman playing this spot now, stepping in for Isabel Kelly. And, a lot of moving parts to figure out, especially on, as we said, not even for the stopping halt, but, for that longevity of how long the halt was.
All right, I think we've got everything sorted out.
As we mentioned, when that event happened, quiet in the gym, and it's still quiet as ever. And now we get a little bit of loudness in the gym, but still just feeling of quiet. Now we'll get back into play as Rogers sends it over for the Raiders, and we're back and going. Kilman already making the play, sends it over. And a little miscommunication by Lewis County, and just the notice of Abby Kilman put in, and a little lack of communication, just got to get things going, and East Carter takes the point.
And again, you see East Carter immediately attack right at Kilman. So, you got the player out there. You want to see what she can do early on. Go right at her.
And a little block down, double touch there by number 10, Grayson Lunger, just unable to get a nice settle and put enough oomph on the ball to get it over the net. And good play by East Carter to just make sure all that was shut down. Kaylee Rogers back to serve. The setter sends it over, and good job by Samantha Riley to settle it. 4-touch error by Lewis County, and East Carter running away in the second set. They're up 19-11.
It's almost like the tale of two sets. Lewis County's so strong there in set one. East Carter's found its niche here in set two.
Mentioned Lewis County back on August 19th took the 3-0 victory against East Carter and looking to try to change that. Good block at the net by Brianna Burchett, just shutting anything down, and there was a gaping hole in that front line for Lewis County. Burchett takes advantage.
There's a look at it on your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay as Burchett goes up on the single block and sends it right back where it comes from.
Served by Rogers, sent over, and now sent back in another block, but this time as well into the net, so not really much of a block to go there, as it'll be another point for the Raiders. Attacking that front line of Lewis County. Settled down by Lunger, and now Keelman sends it over. Good dig there by Giles just to be in the right position. Now Keys sends it over from the back line, and we'll send it over. Soft touch, point goes to East Carter.
And she's gotten away with several of those here in this match of just not being able to get a strong touch on it, but she's got the right touch on it to be able to find it in that spot there to drop in.
Rogers sends it over. Free ball by Lewis County and settled by Rogers. Rogers will now send it over and just off the net. Not enough power and not enough height on that one to send it over. And Lewis County finally ends a run and gets the point.
It looked like there the communication was certainly off of what she wanted to try to do with the ball and kind of got the ball stuck back there behind the attack line. So now Kilman back for the service.
We'll see Abby Keelman for the first time serving today. Good power on that serve, and Bush will send it over, and that looked in, and they will say it was in. Good job by Hallie Bush just finding the right spot on the back line.
Got enough on it when she sent it across. It got that top spin from that way she swings on it and got that downward turn to the ball and just clips the back line there for the point.
Good job by Abby Keelman. That was a great, powerful serve by the freshman. Just even better response by East Carter. Now sent over, and looks to be a free ball sent by Amanda Gilbert. Now settled by Burchett. Sent up, and Hallie Bush will send it over. Good soft touch, but settled by Lunger. Kelly sends it over. Soft toucher there by Kaylee Rogers. Now Gilbert denied. And point goes to the Raiders, and that's set point for East Carter. So set point, we'll see if Brianna Burchett, the junior, can serve and put the set 2 to an end. Sends it over. Good spin on that one. It'll be a free ball by Lunger. Sends it over. Burchett settles. Good dig, and a little soft toucher there by Rogers. Got Lewis County all mixed up. Point goes to the Raiders, and set 2 goes to East Carter.
So we're even at 1 set apiece. We'll step aside for a break. We come back for set 3 when we return after this here on Kool TV.
Fall fishing season is just around the corner, and Border Sporting Goods is your fishing headquarters for rods and reels from G. Loomis, St. Croix, Fenwick, Lewes, Shimano, Daiwa, and Abu Garcia. No matter what species of fish you are targeting, Border Sporting Goods has the perfect setup to make your next trip on the water a success. Borders also has baits in every size and style with a wide selection of tackle from Berkley, Strike King, Zoom, Z-Man, Bandit, and many more. Before hitting the water for your next fishing trip, stop by and stock up at Border Sporting Goods, US 60 West in Ashland.
The Electric Plant Board of the City of Vanceburg has been serving the needs of the community since 1939 and is dedicated to maintaining reliable utility service for its customers. Their employees are active members of the community and take pride in serving their neighbors and friends. The Utility Board encourages their customers to use their convenient online bill pay or phone payment service located on the back of their bill. They remind everyone to call 811 before you dig, even for small jobs, to prevent hitting buried utility line. And they wish all the teams the best of luck this season.
At Papa John's, get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Hand stretch, mouth watering, get that ooey gooey cheese. 8 extra large slices, hold it and fold it. It's an extra large, bigger is better, more for your money New York style pizza. Better ingredients, better pizza, better get you some cheesy, saucy, tossy Papa John's. Get an extra large New York style one-topping pizza for only $10.99. Papa John's.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today. That's Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Other restrictions may apply.
Back here in Vanceburg, even at 1 set apiece after East Carter takes set number 2, 25-12. Good set there by the Raiders. Got things going up front, Ben, and it was really where they were able to get those attacks going from. That's what kind of got the offense moving forward.
Well, you said it perfectly. You know, earlier in that second set, it was a tale of 2 sets. You know, Lewis County controlled in the first set. You know, lack of communication by East Carter, and it seems to me that the Raiders started picking up that communication, knowing where things will be played, and they played the perfect spot. Raiders were able to use that advantage to offensively attack the Lions, and obviously, a little bit of a halt, in set 2. And once again, hope that Isabel Kelly is okay after the injury. And once again, East Carter went immediately to attacking Abby Keelman, who came in for Isabel Kelly, and they noticed that. And East Carter just playing right spot, right time. And not only that, but just got better at their touches on the volleyball, just able to put it in the perfect spot.
One of the numbers I was looking at as I was sifting through the stats, East Carter was hitting at a -4% going into the last set. This set now, coming out of going into set 3, they're up to 12.5%. They get their big players of Bush and Burchett up the point of attack, get them involved to where they're down. They've got 5 kills each as we go up in set 3, and there's Ben.
Grayson Langer, the one that gets things going for the Lions, now sent over by the Raiders. Langer over to Gilbert. Good dig there by Giles. And Bush will send it over. Good job by Bush to avoid the net violation. Look for Bush yet again. Soft touch. Good job by Lunger to settle. It'll be a free ball by Gilbert sent over. Now set up, look for Burchett, good power, and point goes to the Raiders. Brianna Burchett, just a little too much power on the kill for Ireland Kelly to handle.
Check this one out on your Grayson Sporting Goods Instant Replay. This is a laser beam. As Ireland Kelly was there, but that ball was on top of her before she had a chance to flinch.
Would have gotten the double touch either way if Kelly was even able to be in the perfect spot, as there was too much power and it would have just rolled and double touched right off of her. Bush the one that sends it over, and now Gilbert, good power, but a good dig there by Bush. Lewis County resets. Sends it over, a nice little puncher there by Rogers. Now sent back over by Stamper. Bush, and we've seen Hallie Bush struggle with that touch, just either too hard, too soft, and that one just a little too soft right into the net.
Well, Lewis County did a really good job getting East Carter out of system there, and that was Bush just trying to have a scramble, kind of had to react with that quick push and just never had a good chance to get it up in the air.
Keelman, we saw her sub in the second set. She gets a nice serve, a lot of power on her serves. Liking what I'm seeing so far, and a little miscommunication, mishandle by East Carter. Point goes to the Lions.
And it was Stamper that got across there on the block that took East out of position there and was able to pick up that point.
Once again, Abby Keelman, the freshman, subbed in that second set. She lines it over. Good dig on the play there by Hallie Bush. Now sent over. Keys will settle. Put up. Bush over. Lewis County now looking for the attack, and good block there at the net by Burchett. Now sent over. Bush settles. Keys. Too much power goes out of the back line. Point goes to the Lions and make it 3-1 here in this third set.
Keys has liked to work that far sideline, and she's done a really good job with the finesse, but when she's tried to go hard with it down that line, she sent it deep out of bounds.
And speaking of too much power, Abby Keelman, too much power on the serve. Sends it out of that back line of East Carter, and point goes to the Raiders. So now it'll be Kaylee Rogers, the senior setter. Back to serve for East Carter. She'll send it over just off the net, and Lewis County unable to do anything with that. Got Ireland Kelly all tricked up, and just a perfect serve by Kaylee Rogers.
Clips the tape, and it just burns across the top of it. And when it does, those are so difficult because it takes all kinds of your spin. Sometimes it'll drop it down. Sometimes it springs it upward. Those are so hard to control.
Just stops the full momentum of the ball there, and Gilbert sends it over. Settled perfectly by the Raiders. Now sent back over by Barry. It's a hard enough touch to let the Raiders remain in control, and can Lewis County take advantage? They cannot. Good effort by the Lions to try to keep that in play, just unable to get the perfect touch, and four-touch violation.
Picked it out of the net perfectly, and unfortunately just on the back row, didn't expect it to come that direction, and kind of had to go scrambling and turned it the wrong direction.
Ireland Kelly and Piper Likens just unable to get the perfect play. Bush settles for the Raiders. Now Keys sends it over. Good settle there by Gilbert. Now they'll look for Gilbert again. Too much power, and they're going to say it's off the fingertips of Raider, and point goes to the Lions.
Take a look at it here on your Grayson Sporting Goods Instant Replay as they feed it back to Gilbert through the double block. Looked like it got Keys on the fingertip there as it went through.
Good call by the officials to point that out. And a short serving error by Kaylee Stamper. Not what Lewis County needs to try to control this third set as a server error. 5-4 in favor of East Carter. And now Brianna Burchett.
This is where Lewis County has to kind of make some hay here. They've got Burchett trapped on the back line now. If they can keep her back there and find some points, it takes away that big block that East Carter has to offer.
And a little misplay by East Carter. Hallie Bush trying to get the dig and just a little too much underneath it, and sends it over onto the Lewis County side, but out of play on the near side line, and we point for the Lions. Now Gilbert sends it over on the serve. Bush settles, and will be Bond. Sends it over. Good dig by Eachus. Gilbert with a free ball. Bush settles. Now Barry. Lunger. Sent over by Osborne. Good dig there by Bush. Almost a double touch by Kelly, and good play and good point for the Raiders on that play.
Osborne just kind of saw the ball drifting back and just reacted instead of just popping it back up and went on 2 and was not in a position to make a hit.
Another serve that clips off the top of the net. This time Lewis County ready, and a good spike kill there by Morgan Osborne gives the point to the Lions. And a little back and forth third set between the Raiders and the Lions.
And you could see here on the difference of it. At that time, they got the ball to her on the pin. She was ready to go vertical. She wasn't falling off and was able to drive that ball down with authority.
Emma Berry just unable to be ready for that spike down. Ireland Kelly sends it over. Good serve, and that'll be an ace for Ireland Kelly as Emma Berry just not ready for it.
This is a pivotal set in this match because, again, playing the best of 5. First one to 2 puts it in a good position to win. So the race to 25 in this one is furious.
Kelly sends it over. Another good serve. This time the Raiders will handle it. Allie Bush sends it over. Good dig. Now Gilbert. Sent over by Osborne. Raiders settle. Keys. Now Lunger, free ball. And miscommunication, but somehow stays alive for the Raiders. Good block of the net by Keys and Barry, and the Lions hold on, and they find the point.
Osborne right there at the net after it was blocked the first time. They come back to her the second time on the quick, and she goes on 2 right down the pipe. Back corner for the point.
Back-to-back power by Morgan Osborne, just using that to her advantage. Catching the Raiders off guard. Now Kelly sends it over. Look for Hallie Bush. Can she make the play? No, she cannot. Good job by Gilbert to settle. Now Osborne. Now they're going to look for Bond. Lions trying to get it over, and that'll be a point for Abby Keelman. Point goes to Lewis County.
All of a sudden, it's out to 9-6. As Keelman gets a good swing on it there at the net.
Good angle on that spike down by Keelman, and server error by Ireland Kelly. Then crossed the line. It's one of those little silly mistakes that you cannot have, because sometimes those come back to bite you, James.
Yeah, you get a rotation movement for East Carter, and again, that gets a couple more. They've got the libero out there right now of Williams, but that's got Burchett trapped on the bench. You want to try to get her back on the floor for East Carter, especially now down in this match.
East Carter with it on their side, now sent over by Bond. Look for Osborne, good power, right into the libero, and good settle there, sent over by the Raiders. Osborne yet again. Not able to find a fingertip as Osborne as it goes a little too far. Point goes to East Carter.
And usually the dead giveaway on that is as soon as they make that hit, they start looking and rubbing their fingers like they've got money, and they're saying, I've got a piece of somebody. That one she did not.
Knew instantly that was just a little too much. Sent over by Gilbert. Now look for Hallie Bush to make the play. And she made good job by Lewis County to keep that alive. Good job by the back line and led by Gilbert. Bush again. Can the Lions keep it alive? They can. Magic by Lunger. Hallie Bush once again trying to find the kill, and Lewis County doing a good job defensively so far to hang in there. Now Keys. They're going to once again look. No, this time it's to Alexis Bond. Lunger settles now to Osborne. Sent over. Good job by the libero. Bush. Now Gilbert. Lunger sends it over on the free ball. Good volley between these two squads. Bush yet again digging her way in this one. Lexi Each is doing a good job on the back line. Hallie Bush. Too much power, and the point goes to Lewis County. What a battle between these two squads, James.
That was a heck of a battle by both sides, and it was so many times that it was just Lewis County throwing a hand up, trying to get a ball played up. You got to give Maya Clark a big call there on the back row. She got a couple of those balls in that far side corner that allowed Gilbert to get to it, and then it was Lunger that popped it across. So many great digs on that one just to keep it alive. What a volley.
Absolutely not. Let's Lewis County lead this one 10-8 in set number 3, and it'll be Morgan Osborne back to serve for the Lions. And they keep on looking for Hallie Bush to try to get the kill. Lewis County doing a great job, but just out of play. Lunger just unable to settle it properly. Goes well out, and will be a point for the Raiders.
And the big point for that is that allows your rotation to come back through. That gets Brianna Burchett back on the front row as the libero Williams will step out. Giles comes back in to serve as Bond will step off.
This is a point for East Carter. They got to take advantage now with Burchett and Hallie Bush on that front line, along with Kaylee Rogers, the setter. So you have 3 key pieces right there. Can the Raiders take advantage? Lunger. Look for the play, and there will be a net violation quickly on Lewis County. That's Kaylee Stamper just getting a little too far ahead and right into the net.
Yeah, she tried to stay off the net. Her feet landed across the line underneath as well, so they had her doubled up.
Serve sent over by Giles. Avery Giles will get the ace. A little miscommunication there by the Lions, and just like that, East Carter takes an 11-10 lead here in the third set. Good serve there by Avery Giles, the senior. The 5'2 senior at that. She'll send it over yet again. Good diving dig. Sends it over to the Raiders side. Now free ball. Lunger. And blocked out at the net by Burchett, and another point for the Raiders.
Stamper never had a chance of going up on that one. She tried to elevate, but it was, again, taking her backward instead of the direction she needed to go to the net. Never had a chance of clearing the tape.
Giles sends it over. Now Lunger over to Stamper, and Stamper finds the perfect spot on the back line and finds the Lions a point.
And how much a difference does a perfect set make? And you can see it right here. Lunger puts it right on that pin, and she comes up and drives that one home.
Just no opportunity for Avery Giles to get back there and make the diving dig, and good job there for the Lions. So now your main server for the Lions that you need something out of Grayson Lunger, and finds the ace.
Just puts it right in between 2 players, and that's what you like to do if you've got a really strong serve like she does. Make 2 players have to make a decision. Neither did, and she falls it in for another ace. That is the 11th ace for Lewis County, not her 7th.
Grayson Lunger, if the Lions want to get things going, it starts with her. Lunger sends it over, and just right through the hands of Hannah Keys, and another back-to-back ace for Grayson Lunger.
And that puts Lewis County back in front by 1.
Here, Lewis County, this is perfect because Hannah Keys and the back line has really struggled with trying to settle those, and sends it over, and yet again another struggle by Keys trying to settle that serve of Grayson Lunger, and that'll be another point for Lewis County, and they're going to sub Hannah Keys out immediately for Brooklyn Stevens.
Yeah, it was no secret that Grayson Lunger was pinpointing 23. 3 straight serves straight at her.
Now we'll see if the freshman Brooklyn Stevens can make the difference. They'll target her, and she does. She'll give East Carter a chance. Now Hallie Bush sends it over, and good dig by Maya Clark, just unable to get enough air on it, and East Carter finally gets the point and ends that little run for Lewis County.
Again, Bush there from that near side pin, a good swing by her.
Hallie Bush back to serve. She'll send it over, and Lunger. And looks to be a double touch on Lewis County. So another violation there, and that ties this set up at 14 between the Raiders and the Lions. Hallie Bush once again back to serve. She'll send it over, and good settle. Lunger over to Gilbert. Looking to make the play, unable to, as Hallie Bush is there immediately. Burchett. Point once again goes to East Carter.
Got Lewis County into the net.
A couple of those net violations already here in this third set.
Raiders surge back in front.
Back and forth third set between these two. Gilbert sends it over. Good settle there by Hallie Bush. Soft touch and perfect execution there for Emma Berry to find the soft spot in the defense of Lewis County, and another point for the Raiders.
Look at this on your Grayson Sporting Goods instant replay. Just drops this one in with pure precision. Stamper was right there along with Kilman, and neither went for it. And a quick timeout for Bentley. Coach Bentley and him trying to settle his team down, who's now down by 2 here in set 3.
As you mentioned, Stamper was there. You see the arms go up, but just unable to really make the play as she saw Kilman coming in, and Stamper just lowered the arms a little bit, backed off, thought maybe Kilman was going to be able to make the play, but a little miscommunication there.
Good look there inside the Raiders huddle. Jennifer Clark working her team up, trying to get them into a 2-1 lead in the match. While we have a break in the action, give a big hello to our good friends out at Artie's Pizza. stopped there for dinner this evening, treated my my fellow colleague here tonight of his first time having wood-fired brick oven pizza up in Vanceburg. And my friend, how was it?
Oh, it was incredible. Probably some of the best pizza I've ever had. You know, I've had a lot of good pizza in my time, but thank you for giving me that experience. That was really good. Hallie Bush back in the action. Sends it over, and miscommunication by Gilbert and Lunger to try to settle it. And the Raiders will take advantage of the miscommunication, get the point to their side.
And it was a tough play there as it came off of Clark on that back line. And then when she played it off of her hands, it just kind of went forward, and you get two players there scrambling to try to make a play.
Hallie Bush now sends it over, and a service error by Bush sends it out of the play on the near side line. And now, if you're Lewis County, this is where you have to take advantage. So Abby Kilman now back to serve for the Lions, the freshman that subbed in the second set. Kilman, what we've noticed so far, James, has a very good, powerful serve to her.
Nice
line
see
drive.
it right there.
This Carter does a good job of settling. Now Maya Clark, and now over to Gilbert. Good job. And a perfect spot there for the Raiders. Gets them the point right in the corner.
Burchett just lifted it up. It was coming at her like her hair was on fire, and she just got her hands on it and floated it right over top of the net, and there was nobody there.
And very unfortunate for Lewis County. You see the powerful serve that Kilman has. Not only just power, but that line drive gets a perfect spot on it. And Lewis County unable to take advantage of her on the serving line. East Carter now settles it. Burchett, she's going to send the free ball. And off the pulls of the backboard of the basketball hoop, and that'll be another point here for East Carter. As Lewis County just struggling to settle it. So now it's 19-15 in favor of the Raiders. Trying to take advantage, and now Kaylee Rogers once again back to serve.
They're trying to convey which direction that the ball was hit. It was making sure that they were saying that East Carter hit that ball that made contact with the back rim. Like, no, that was not the call.
Gilbert sends it over. Keys now settles, and once again sent over by Rogers. Rogers, good dig there. Now spiked into the net, and not enough lift on that one by Kaylee Stamper, as even if she got the lift, East Carter was ready. And another point for the Raiders.
And you could see her face. She just grimaced there when she swung because she knew that she got up too quickly, and as she was trying to hit it as she was coming down.
20-15 in favor of East Carter. Gilbert sends it over. Good job there by Giles. Barry sent it over. Now once again sent over by Barry. Lewis County trying to find the power swing of Ireland Kelly, but East Carter doing a good job settling. Now Lunger over to Gilbert. Into the hands of Hallie Bush. Good back and forth battle between these two. Now Kelly sends it back over. Keys over to Barry. Once again trying to find the swing of Ireland Kelly, and will go well out of play. No touch there by East Carter, and it'll be another point for the Raiders.
Good job there by both squads keeping it alive. Just never could get Kelly on that pin to where she could go up and try to come down on the ball.
Rogers will send it over to Lewis County. Lunger over to Gilbert, trying to look for the kill, and a good job there by Gilbert defeating the double block. And a point goes to the Lions.
They've got to get her going up front right now. Try to get back into this one, down by 5. But they got the service work to go, but through that double block up front, that was big.
Through the double block of Burchett and Rogers. Sent over on the serve for Lewis County. Now look for Barry. Good dig there by Stamper. Sent over by Osborne. Keys off the top of the net. Good handle by Lewis County. Free ball sent over. Bush settles. Burchett. And trying to keep it alive, and that'll be a 4-touch violation. Actually, no, they'll say a carry, lift on Lewis County, and a point goes to the Raiders.
That was crazy if that ball would have had enough to get across, because it was going to spin all the way across that tape.
Would have been something that just rolled off the top of the net. I've seen a couple of those.
I've seen that happen many times. You'll get a ball that gets on the tape, and it just runs from one side to the other and it falls in.
So now Burchett back to serve for East Carter. She'll send it over, and a little too much oomph on that one, and Lewis County now can take advantage.
Most important thing now is if you're you're Lewis County, you've got Burchett stuck on the sideline now as they'll bring the libero back in.
And not what you need if you're the Lions, as Amanda Gilbert sends that one a little too far past the back line, and that will be another point for East Carter off a service error. And now Emma Berry back to serve. 23-17 in favor of East Carter. Lunger gets it to Kelly. Good dig by Rogers, the libero. Lunger over to Osborne and blocked at the net. Point goes to the Raiders. Couldn't get through the double block this time. Led by Hannah Keys.
So set point for the Raiders here.
He's pretty sure, and you and me both look at the scoreboard. It says 23 for East Carter, but ours says 24. Gilbert sends it over from the back line. Good settle there by Berry. And Keys right into the net. Point goes to Lewis County.
Now, one thing I've always been taught in this business, you never trust the scoreboard. But I am like with you, my friend. I am pretty confident things should say 24.
So according to our review, it's 24-18 in favor of East Carter, which is set point for the Raiders. Sent over by Kelly. Good settle there by Rogers. Hallie Bush just enough off of the top of the net, and a soft touch by Hallie Bush gets her another kill, and it's point for East Carter and should be the end of set 3, but
we're going to play an extra point.
We will play an extra point.
We're playing to 26. I'm telling you right now, it was it was a point.
I think it was off the confusion of the backboard.
It might have been.
I don't think that they added the point there for East Carter. Hallie Bush, can she end it here? She cannot, goes out of play. Point goes to Lewis County. If you're East Carter, your head coach Jennifer Clark, got to notice that a little bit. Maybe see that points missing.
And I mean, I was trying to watch. I've been watching the points, and they've been matching up with the scoreboard and everything. And then all of a sudden, it gets to that one. And I don't know.
You have to wonder. Once again, we mentioned it. It was whenever knocked off the poles of the backboard.
And I didn't see anything where they said, thumbs up to where they replay the point, which is what they would do. It's a whistle blowing a thumbs up. So might have missed something, just don't know what.
We play on, and Lewis County, they're taking advantage of it. That's another point for the Lions as a miss settled from the Raiders. And it's now 24-20 in favor of East Carter. They still have the set point, but Lewis County trying to battle back. Maya Clark sends it over. Over to Hallie Bush. Off the top of the net, and finally East Carter puts it to an end. So what we think is the 26th point, East Carter gets point number 25, and they'll take the third set. They lead 2-1.
We'll step aside for a break. We're back for more here in Vanceburg after this on Kool TV. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
Miller Insurance Agency began serving the insurance needs of Northeast Kentucky in 1967. Since then, the agency has prospered by providing valuable insurance protection to our community. As your independent insurance agent, we're not tied to one company. Rather, we compare different carriers, finding the best price. Call or stop by today to compare your coverages. Remember, your independent agent serves you first. Find us online at millerins.net or stop by Miller Insurance, 210 South Carroll Mullen Boulevard in Grayson. Check out Dyer's Big Sandy in Grayson for great prices on home appliances like washers and dryers, ranges and dishwashers. See our giant selection of living room suites, bedroom suites, recliners, mattresses, and electronics, including TVs and speakers. Visit our showroom at 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson. You'll find the best prices and the best selection for every room of your home. And Dyer's has all the top brands in bedding: Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Beauty Rest. Dyer's Big Sandy, 506 Carroll Malone Boulevard in Grayson.
Not only is State Senator Robin Webb proud to support and congratulate our youth in all their endeavors in and out of the classroom, but your State Senator Robin Webb is also proud to support and work for all the adults in her district. Robin Webb strives to put forth the best for youth and adults alike. Whether it's in Frankfort or here at home in her district, know that Robin Webb puts you first in all of her decisions she makes. State Senator Robin Webb strives harder every day to make Kentucky a better place to work, live, and have fun.
Back here at Vanceburg, East Carter takes set number 3, 25-20. They actually won it 26-20. There was a play on the ball that was the ball that rolled across the tape that was called a four ball against Lewis County, and the point was never credited. We went back and watched the replay on our stream, and when the ball went back to East Carter, the point stayed at 21, which is where it was when the point started. So either way, again, sometimes you got to play a little extra. So.
James, as you told me, as a broadcaster, never trust a scoreboard.
Never trust the scoreboard. Never trust the scoreboard.
Trust your scoreboard,
Absolutely.
Not theirs.
So back here at the Joker Lawn Care broadcast table, James Collier, Ben Westfall, happy to have you along with us here. East Carter, after falling in set number 1, 25-16, they lead it now 2-1. Hallie Bush on the service line. Here's Ben for set number 4.
And Hallie Bush sends it over. Settled in by Ireland Kelly. Now trying to look for Isabel Stamper, goes out of play. Point goes to East Carter to get set number 4 started.
Stamper trying to go with a big swing there, and she knew as soon as she came down on the ball that she got it way too much. Drives it out of the back line.
Hallie Bush sends it over, and this is where Lewis County, has to take advantage with Hallie Bush on the back line. Now sent up, Burchett, she's going to send it over. Gets it through the double block, but settled by Gilbert. Now Stamper sends it over. Keys settles under it. He'll play it through Burchett yet again, and lands it perfectly. That should be in play, and the officials do get the call right. That is a point for the Raiders.
Yeah, with the back line judge, we've got a couple guys just out of the stands that's doing them, and he pointed his flag up, and you're supposed to point downward on that to signify that was in. It was clearly in, and our chair official quickly made that one noted.
And an ace point for Hallie Bush, as was probably going to be a double touch anyway. It looked like off the dig there.
Yeah, usually when you get a ball like that rolls up the arm, it creates a double hit.
But either way, I guess the officials knew that it was going to go straight down to the ground anyway. Gave the point to East Carter. Bush sends it over yet again. Now they're going to use Gilbert on the back line, sends it over, and out of play. Point goes to East Carter. Very close play by Amanda Gilbert, just a little too much, maybe by half an inch.
Yeah, it was just beyond the line.
So a 4-0 run to start out for East Carter. Hallie Bush doing a good job serving back for the Raiders. And now Keelman sends it over. Keelman having to play a big role. The freshman subbed in for Isabel Kelly, and a point goes to Lewis County.
And the contact there by Keys going into the upright. Again, that's the same thing as going under or into the net. It's part of the netting structure itself. So gives the point to Lewis County as they side out.
Grayson Lunger now back to serve for the Lions. This is who you need to serve big, and she does not, as it goes not even into the net. It goes right into the back of Amanda Gilbert.
Yeah, she hit that one big time.
Heads up to your teammate there. So now sent over on the serve. And Lewis County trying to battle. Good effort by Gilbert, just unable to get there. She outstretched the arm while laying down on the ground, just unable to get there in time.
Keys put this one right back up, and look how quickly she saw that spot, and that's the key. That's the key spot in this gym tonight for her, is she has been able to just drop that one in with perfection. And again, when you've got your opponent down on the ground, why not just go right at them?
Little service error behind Kaylee Rogers now gives Lewis County a chance, down 6-2 here in this fourth set. As Abby Keelman, who's stepped up big for the Lions. Big swing, but good dig by Giles, but East Carter unable to make anything of it, and rebound. Lewis County takes the point.
And that was Kaylee Stamper with some aggression and some frustration there on that front line on 2. She just drove that one off of Giles' hands.
So Keelman, love what we've seen from her so far on her serving side. She really has a great power and a great angle to her serve, and that one goes out of play. Point goes to East Carter as the Lions, good effort to try to get to it past the back line, just unable to recover.
I think you look at Ryan Bentley's team, I think you have to feel like that you've got the future there. The foundation is starting to build. It's just there's a lot of growing pains you got to go through, especially when you're playing with 2 8th graders and a 7th grader on the floor at some given times. But you see the glimpse. I mean, we saw in set 1. I mean, they rolled in set 1, winning 25-16 after leading that one 18-5.
So now Burchett, she'll play on the back line. She'll get the serve. Free ball by Lunger. Settled by Hallie Bush. Now sent over by East Carter for Alexis Bond. Now Gilbert. Bush plays it. The look for Keys. Keys makes the strike. Lewis County trying to communicate and get it over, and they will. Settled by Burchett. Now sent back over. Good dig by Piper Likens on the back line. Keys settles. The look for Hannah Keys. Soft touch, but played perfectly by Ireland Kelly. Sent over East Corner. Good volley between these two squads, and a point goes to Lewis County. A little mistouch there by Kaylee Rogers.
It looked like Rogers kind of got stuck in between. She was going for a big swing, and then the ball was there, and like, okay, now I need to go to actually a bump, and kind of got caught in between.
So now Kaylee Stamper will serve it for the Lions. Libero Madison Williams plays it and blocked to the net. Ireland Kelly denies. Alexis Bond.
Kelly's got those great big long arms, and when she gets up, she's going to be a dandy there at the net for Lewis County.
Stamper sends it over and missettled by East Carter. Ace for Stamper. So back-to-back for Lewis County, doing a great job there, and now it's 7-6 in favor of East Corner, but the Lions are roaring back. Kaylee Stamper, settled by Bush. Now Barry. Sent over. Likens settles. Now Gilbert, soft touch, settled in by Williams. Barry. Over, and a perfect soft touch by Emma Barry. Lewis County not ready for it. Point goes to the Raiders.
And the most important thing there is she hit that ball in the vicinity of multiple people. And you had 3 people trying to swing at one ball. And one got it, and the back 2 was completely out of position by the time it got there.
It's one of the things, you look to find the soft spot in the open zone in the defense, but sometimes it's better just to hit it right to multiple people, and especially if they're grouped up.
Yeah, when you catch people grouped up on a volleyball court, especially when they're not in the positions where they're supposed to be, you try to hit it right at them.
Barry sends it over and does not send it over, actually. Goes right into the net, and a service error. Point goes to Lewis County. Makes it 9-7 in favor of the Raiders. Now Amanda Gilbert back to serve for the Lions, the senior. Sends it over, settled by Barry. Punched over by Rogers. And now some steam by Ireland Kelly, and point goes to Lewis County. Back-to-back points for the Lions. So we mentioned the long arms of Ireland Kelly. James, you mentioned it. Not only just at the block, but just with the swing as well.
Yeah, when she gets a swing down, she can really put it down with authority. And, again, playing big up on the front line.
Ace for Amanda Gilbert, the senior. And now the Lions back on a run. They tie this fourth set up, at 9.
14th ace of the match for Lewis County tonight.
Serving has been really their expertise for the Lions. Gilbert sends it over once again. Now settled this time by Barry. Over to Hallie Bush for the attack. And Lexi Eachus, the 8th grader, unable to get the dig, and it goes right off her arms and out of play on the near side. Good seam and another kill by Hallie Bush. Now Hannah Keys back to serve. Keys sends it, short serve. Played perfectly by Eachus. Sent over by Osborne. And miscommunication there by the Raiders. Hallie Bush, hands on her head, wondering what in the world just happened. Hallie Bush, being the senior that she is, trying to instruct her back line, saying we got to communicate a lot better, James.
And that's one of those situations you get 3 people in the same piece of real estate for one ball. And it's kind of, I always call it, it's the marriage circle, the circle of no communication.
I like that. I'm going to be using that in the future there. Ireland Kelly sends it over. Keys settles. Now Hallie Bush. Lunger sends it back over and just off the top of the net, and Bush takes advantage. Hallie Bush, how do you do?
Check out that swing by Hallie Bush. That's the one I've been looking for tonight. And she hits this one. This one has velocity.
And just a misplay there by Grayson Lunger. Just nice soft touch, but just enough to where it sent right back over the net. I mean, it was kind of a set-up piece for Grayson Lunger to help out Hallie Bush.
And that's something that, again, when you watch what she did so early, really struggled early on of getting things going. And now when the momentum started to swing, it got her going, and that's got her big swing going as well.
See that arm cock back, and you know something's about to happen for Hallie Bush. And Avery Giles takes advantage with an ace point. Now it's 12-10 in favor of the Raiders. Avery Giles, the senior, sends it over. Settled by Gilbert. Lunger looks for Keelman. Nice little soft touch. Keys plays it. Burchett. And Burchett plays it perfectly within the middle zone of Lewis County. Perfect spot and a perfect point for the Raiders.
And another example there of you get the middle coming right down the pipe, and she sees that opening. You don't have to go up and try to hit that one through the floor. Just put it in there, get the ball down.
Lunger settles, and now Osborne sends it over. Up in the air, and Hallie Bush, soft touch. Dug out by Lunger. Gilbert will send it over on the free ball and reset the Lions. Burchett sends it over. Good job by Eaches to play it. And now Gilbert sends over yet another free ball. And free one right back from Giles. Can Lewis County take advantage? Tipped at the net. Now sent back over by Rogers. Good back and forth between the Raiders and the Lions. Now Hallie Bush. Played perfectly right back over the net from Lunger.
Great volley right here.
And out of play. Point goes to the Lions. James, you mentioned it. Great volley, and Lewis County gets the better end of that one.
And it was most importantly just a couple of great bumps there at the net to keep the ball up in the air to where they could get those free balls. We had a couple of times we traded free balls as one went back on a deflection to another one. So
I mentioned it. The back line tipped it up, and Grayson Lunger just last second, one little poke just puts it up and barely over the net. That made the crucial part of the play there for Lewis County. Just that one little touch gets enough over to the net for East Carter. Even when they're out of sorts, you have to get the free ball back over. So now it'll be Maya Clark. Maya Clark, the 7th grader on the serve. Hallie Bush now sends it over. Lunger over to Stamper. Denied at the net by Burchett.
went for that big swing again and just never got it above the net.
Stamper, the sophomore, and like mentioned with Lewis County, a lot to grow. They're a young team and trying to find an identity here. Lunger over to Stamper, just out of play, frustrated at herself as she knew she had a good power on that swing, just unable to find the perfect spot. Puts it out of play on the far sideline.
This is where East Carter wants to be. You've got your best server on the line and a little bit of momentum moving forward.
Hallie Bush sends it over. Lunger's going to settle it over to Stamper yet again, trying to find it. Soft touch. And Stamper, nice little soft touch, sends it over the net and gives the point to Lewis County.
And you can kind of see there, she thought about going for the big swing, went for the touch. It was touched right back across, and then goes with the left hand and gets it back down. Again, it's all about getting it back down quickly, not having to go with that big swing.
Kaylee Rogers was just unable to recover on that front line for East Carter. Now sent back over by Keelman, and Keelman gets the kill. Now the Lions trying to amount something here, down 15-13 here in this fourth set. And Grayson Lunger back to serve, the perfect server here for the Lions. So you need. And Bush trying to recover, and can they get it over? No, they cannot. Ace for Lunger. As Giles and Bush were trying to keep that ball alive, and the Raiders unsuccessful, and another point for Lewis County.
That ball almost ended up down on the football field.
Just well out of play. I mean, it was good effort by East Carter to try to save it, but just too little too late. Now Bush off of the arms and the hands of Hallie Bush, and another ace.
That's her 10th of the night.
She is having a fantastic night on that back line serving. How do you do, Grayson Lunger?
Timeout East Carter, so Jennifer Clark trying to burn some time here to take away that momentum for Lunger on the back row. You see Ryan Bentley there in the huddle with his girls. And And what a contest this has been, back and forth. This has been a lot of fun to watch. Again, this Lewis County team, from the first time I saw them play to where they are right now, has been phenomenal. Some of the players have stuck out so much. Kilman coming in here huge tonight after coming in with a very unfortunate circumstances. When Kelly went down with the injury. You saw Maya Clark on the back row, the 7th grader. She's been huge. Grayson Lunger playing out of her mind tonight. That is what Lewis County needs. Now if they can just piece everything together, that's when this team really starts to find some momentum moving forward.
And as you mentioned, the youth, I mean, you talk about the seniors, Amanda Gilbert and, Grayson Lunger, also Isabel Kelly, but at the same time, just the youth being able to step up. They've been playing a huge part in this game and just back and forth as sent over by the Raiders, and finally they stopped the bleeding a little bit by the Lions, and East Carter finds them a point.
Getting near side the Bond and just threw that double block that never got to the net to be able to knock it down.
So now Kaylee Rogers on the back line to serve. And now Stamper sends it over. Good job by Giles to dig it. And Birch is going to send it over on the free ball. Now Lunger gets it over to Gilbert, who they need to step up here on this front line. Keys sends it over on a little soft touch. Once again, Keys again. Lunger to Gilbert. Good dig by East Carter. Lunger yet again trying to find Stamper. Off the hands of Rogers. And Kaylee Stamper, the sophomore big hitter, finds her spot.
Drives that one through for authority to even things up here at 16. And that's something big. If you've got her up front, you need to get her going. That was a big one right there.
Kayla Rogers had the arms locked together, just unable to angle her arms in time to get it. And how about Abby Keelman stepping up big for her Lions? Able to get the ace yet again.
I wouldn't want to try to field that with my hands, let alone trying to put it up in the air. I mean, that thing is a tape burner.
Talking about it from the freshman, we talk about Grayson Lunger, with all the aces she's had. Abby Keelman, to me, has the best serve out of everybody in this gym right now. Keys with the settle. Now we'll send it over to Barry. Now Lunger. Stamper with authority, but good job by East Carter to settle. That was Rogers. Tipped. Not a double touch, though, by Kelly. Kelly sends it over. Bush. Nice job by Bush. Now Rogers over to Barry. Barry sends it over. Out of play. Another point for Lewis County, and now they take an 18-16 lead. Abby Keelman, can she keep the magic going? Serving for the Lions. Sends it over, and just a little too much. We talk about her power. She's been able to handle it well and puts her hands over her face saying oopsie on that one. And
she pulled out a fastball, needed a changeup.
All gas on that one.
She's got 30 feet on the box back here. You needed 60 to keep that one in play.
Just well out of place, trying to send it through the door out into the concourse of Lewis County High School.
This is and again, I don't want to beat this to death, but this is a great opportunity for Lewis County. You've got Brianna Burchett trapped in the back row, but she steps up and says, no problem, I'll take care of from the service line.
Ace for Burchett. Good job by the junior to be able to step up and get the point and now tie this set up at 18.
And that's huge when you get your middle that can go to the back row and serve in points. That's big because that's those points you don't usually expect to see.
Good dig there by Burchett on the Gilbert strike. And now we'll look in a free ball for Kelly. Burchett settles. Now over to Rogers. Sent over by Barry. Good dig by Lunger. Stamper with power, but Burchett does a good job to settle underneath it. Now sent over by Barry. Gets it through the double block and just deflected off of Stamper and Kelly, and a point goes to the Raiders. And East Carter takes the lead 19-18 in set 4.
Kelly and Stamper both there, but Barry with the force to get it through.
It's always tough when you get the double block, but when you play it too far back, it just gives too much of a gap between you and the net. And this is going to be a 4-touch on Lewis County. Yet another point, back-to-back for the Raiders, and now it's 20-18. So just when Lewis County, we talk about the first 2 sets, and a timeout taken here by Lewis County and head coach Ryan Bentley trying to talk things out. But we talked about, first set, it was all control by Lewis County, and then East Carter battles back in the second set, controls that one. And then these third and fourth sets, it's just been back and forth. little 4 or 5 point run by East Carter, then a 4 or 5 point run by Lewis County.
Yeah, a little nip and tuck here and there, and this one has been a great back and forth effort in this one. It's going to come down to which team can capitalize off of the service line. That is where both teams have gotten kind of their points on these runs. Right now, Lewis County needs to get Burchett off the line, because when she comes off the line, it brings in the libero for East Carter, and it takes off one of your big hitters. But Burchett is a good server from that back row as well, and we just saw her do a nice serve receive back there on a ball that was hit in the back row that she dug out that gave East Carter another point.
7 total aces for East Carter, 16 for Lewis County. Burchett sends it over as we get back into play. Lunger, nice little soft touch over as Rogers resets for East Carter. Now Gilbert. Good dig and net violation. Point goes to Lewis County, ending a little Raider run. And now within a point are the Lions. And now you'll see the strong hitter O'Kaylee Stamper back to serve. Don't want to put too much power on it. Gets just enough. A little line drive serve, and that one's going to be out of play, and it will be an ace for Kaylee Stamper.
And she got it back to the other side. The problem of it is it has to go inside the antenna, and that ball never had a chance. That was a great serve by Stamper on the near side here with Bond.
Evened up at 20 between East Carter and Lewis County, and too much power by Kaylee Stamper. We talked about it, between Keelman and Stamper, they have the power. It's just knowing how to control it. This young sophomore and young freshman have to learn how to keep that arm back a little bit and leverage on their swing.
And we've talked about the 17 aces tonight, 10 service errors as well for Lewis County.
Just finding the consistency on that back line for the serve. Now sent over, and a block of the net, denied by Alexis Bond. What a play. As you see here on the replay, just Alexis Bond along with Hannah Keys right there played perfectly at the net. 22-20 in favor of East Carter. Can Osborne get it over? She can, but good dig there. Bush now over to Rogers. She'll just reset the Raiders. Now sent over, and too much power by the long arms of Ireland Kelly goes out of play, and East Carter 2 points away from ending this match.
And this is a must-have point here if you're Lewis County to keep this one from going into match point.
Sent over by Emma Berry, and we talk about it. Lewis County needs the point, and sometimes you just have to have the luck on your side, and they get the luck. A little service error by Emma Berry gives the Lions a point. 23-21 in favor of East Carter, and it's Amanda Gilbert back to serve for the Lions. So she'll send it over. Hallie Bush on the front line. Can she attack well? Lunger sends it over, trying to reset the attack for Lewis County. Keys, a little soft toucher. Gilbert handles it. Kelly, power. Good job by Alexis Bond to control. Lunger yet again. She'll send it over to Osborne this time. Good job by the libero, Madison Williams. And too much of a soft touch by Alexis Bond, just trying to get that soft touch over the net and find the zone, but unsuccessful to even get it over the net, and it's another point for the Lions, and now they're within one.
And you got your senior on the service line.
Crucial here. Amanda Gilbert sends it over. Good job by Emma Berry. Hallie Bush, soft touch over. Handled by Lunger. Now Bond. Can she get over this time? She can. A little deflection off the top of the net. Now over to Osborne. Osborne with power. Good handle there by Hallie Bush. Hannah Keys. Lunger settles, and now Ireland Kelly's just going to send it over. Reset for Lewis County. Likens. Lunger, and reset for Lewis County yet again by Osborne. Soft touch. Lunger. Over to Kelly. Good dig there by Barry. A little soft touch by Madison Williams. Almost got that to fall, and point goes to Lewis County. Excuse me, to East Carter.
They got the double touch there on the set on the low ball, so now match point for the Raiders with Hannah Keys at the line.
Can Keys finish the job, or can Lewis County pull this within one and come back here in this fourth set? Lunger over to Osborne. Blocked to the net, and that is your ball game. East Carter denies a comeback for Lewis County, and by denying it at the net. And East Corner takes this match with a score of 3-1 over Lewis County Lions.
Let's take a look at our final numbers for East Carter. 7 aces, 7 service errors in the match. Hallie Bush leads the way with 11 kills. Barry has 8, Burchett with 9. East Carter hits at a 19.3%, a swinging percentage of 50%, kill percentage up near 60. For Lewis County, 17 aces, 10 service errors. Stamper with 6 kills in the match. Lewis County hits at a negative 14.9%, and that was something that really struggled there. A lot of errors in this matchup that got them in trouble there in set number 2. So the Raiders come from behind after falling in set 1. They win set 2 25-12, 25-20 in set 3. They close it out 25-22 in set number 4, and they pick up the victory here tonight over the Lions. Ben, nice job tonight, my man. Nice working with you for the first time. Looking forward to getting you back on some more broadcast and stuff. You did well.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, James, for allowing me to come on the broadcast and call this one and get some play-by-play experience. You know, a little caller in the first set and play-by-play the rest of the way. It was a fun one. And, you know, once again, I want to personally say, thoughts and prayers to Isabella Kelly. Hopefully she recovers well, comes back strong. The senior, it's a tough way to go, but at the same time, we hope that she recovers well.
Absolutely. Big thanks to everyone here at Lewis County High School. Jack Likens, the principal, Josh Hughes, the athletic director, great staff here. We greatly appreciate them, and every time we get to come to Vanceburg, it's always like we're walking into the home. That's it for us here tonight. A big thanks to our camera operator, Felicia Collier, tonight, my color commentator and play-by-play man, Ben Westfall. I'm James Collier. Saying goodnight for Vanceburg. Raiders win it tonight, 3-1 over Lewis County.
Thank you for watching Kentucky High School Volleyball on Kool TV. This broadcast of Kentucky High School Volleyball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kool Sports Network and Kool TV.